Political campaign banners are like a pop-up ad. Someone paid someone else to blast an image to your face without your consent. In the Philippines, however, it's a f***ing adware. Banners right next to each other, even when the candidates are in complete opposites, there will be rows and rows of these banners. The main purpose of political banners is to make people passing by aware of them. So how do politicians stand out? Let's rewind the video to 2024. At the Paris Olympics, a Filipino gymnast named Carlos Edriel Yulo competed as the sole Filipino in the sport. He would then win 2 gold medals, the second Filipino to earn one and the first ever Filipino to win multiple gold medals in the same year. His achievements would be a huge deal in the country. Yulo would then be awarded by the president the Medal of Merit, joining the ranks of Filipino icons such as Manny Pacquiao, Noah Honor, and the Black Eyed Peas. Yulo was a buzz topic on the internet, for some better and worse reasons. What it indicates is that the feats of Yulo are of national patriotism, aka any mention of his name on a post would go viral. Companies and brands were the first to start a trend in congratulating Yulo, rewarding him with their products, and while this may seem generous on the brand's part, giving away free products, it is meant for more of an advertisement approach, bandwagoning on recent trends to boost or give awareness to their products. And people can use recent events to boost their posts, as long as they revolve around a booming topic. Okay, I guess that politicians are more important than the actual fucking thing. Usually you congratulate someone or something by putting them as the actual focus of a message. When you do add a picture to the message, it's usually centered around the person being congratulated for an achievement. But not these guys. It's all about them. It almost feels like they aren't congratulating someone for the sake of it, but are attempting to join in the hype while elevating their own name and face into the scene. It's almost like they are using a popular person's achievements to promote their own political ambitions. These politicians would be referred to as an epal or a thick-faced person. In other words, they are a fucking shameless person trying to spin every single thing about themselves. However, way before Yulo competed in the 2024 Olympics, a similar case happened when Hidelin Diaz won the first ever gold medal for the country. There were still people trying to sneakily promote themselves into the celebration, and people have begun to use this tactic against politicians. During this time, images of Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte and Caloocan Representative Dale Malapitan were spreading throughout the internet, congratulating the Olympian in a self-serving layout. However, the two politicians would deny any involvement in the manufacturing of these images, labeling the occurrence as a smear campaign and black propaganda. It goes to show how morally grey and frowned upon methods for politicians to uplift themselves can also be used to taint a politician's reputation. Let's rewind back to whatever I said in the introduction of the video. Political campaign banners are like a pop-up ad. Someone paid someone else to blast an image to your face without your consent. The thing is that the more you pay people, the more people will advertise you. Let's take the spending of 2025 senatorial candidates. Those are in billions. By the way, salary for a Filipino Senate member is around 3 million pesos per year. Times that by 6 years for a full single term, and that's around 17 million pesos. These candidates are spending billions to earn just 17 million pesos. The math shows that they would lose more than to gain. So what's the big deal? Kickback is basically a form of bribery. Let's take this case as an example. A building is being constructed and a budget of 100 million was proposed. However, the constructors requested a budget of 200 million from the government, which is comprised of taxpayer and public fund money. The constructor would then give about 50 million to a senator that had performed a favor for the contractor, making the 50 million taxpayer public budget right into the pocket of the senator. The budget that could have been used for any public sector of the country has become nothing more than an asset to a private entity. While I wouldn't say that it is an absolute that almost every single candidate has this kind of ambition, there have been cases where senators have stolen millions upon millions of public funds and have yet to return a single centavos. And these buildings aren't just used to put up, small banners, internet posts, media advertisements, billboards, video creation, even using public transportation and buses to promote their politics. I wanted to talk about some other cases for this video, but I just can't keep stalling for this case. As most of you are aware, Pope Francis passed away a month ago, and it was a pretty big deal for us Catholics, and I think for the world most part. I got to get a glimpse of him inside the Pope Mobile while going down the Nagtahan interchange going to Lacson, and I still clearly remember that moment. Pope Francis was a person whom I heavily respected, and hearing that he passed away was pretty disheartening for me, and I can only guess how everyone around me felt about it. For such a pope to have sworn to give back to those who are in need and have sacrificed so much to help others, we got rich politicians exploiting his death for their own political brand. Like, this has to be heavily disrespectful. Even at the end of someone's death, even if they are just an ordinary person, you should not make someone's death about yourself. It doesn't just stop there. Here is another post of an attorney using the death of Pope Francis to promote the political platform of Duterte. May I remind you that the former president cursed the Pope. And for millions of Catholic Filipinos to support that kind of man to blatantly insult the Pope, it's just baffling for me. Celebration can also come at a point of achieving academic success or an appointment to a higher role in society. When your certificate of recognition looks like this, who is the one being congratulated? The presented or the fucking face in the bottom? The fact that a city mayor is trying to promote herself to literal children is just downright pathetic at this point. Oh, you achieved awards for academic excellence and leadership? The politicians are the true heroes. Wait, is that the same fucking girl? And imagine reviewing so hard for an engineering license test and getting first place just to get overshadowed by a fucking fruit. Look at the surrounding banners. That is how you properly congratulate someone, not putting your hashtag and socials on the fucking banner. I don't even know what to say about this, man. Like, they tried doubling down by just small scaling the guy in the post. What fucking twats. This will be the last segment of this video, and it is probably the most common tactic that almost every single politician has used. The voting algorithm in this country is just fucking whack. They will only vote for a re-electionist if they have felt any sort of change or new addition to their life. If they are aware that you have completed a project. And that's one of the main reasons why voters wouldn't vote for you if you don't place your fucking face and name onto every single good deed you have done. Because they do not do a single ounce of research ever. Hopefully that can change in the new generation, but for now, there is a silent majority of voters who are like that. But at least it's projects that politicians have done. You can't just advise people to drive safely and put your entire body into that message. Damn.